Good evening everyone, and welcome to Japan, and more specifically Sugo, for round 7 of the NXTGEN Ford Escort RS 1600 League. So just at the start of a 20-minute qualifying session here, and just on board with Les at the moment. So Sugo is the destination, as I just said, for round 7 of this championship. Had 6 excellent races so far, 11 on the grid for tonight's race. We lost a couple compared to last week, had 13 last week. Oh, someone spun in the background, don't know who that one was. I think, yep, Ben, sorry, 2000. As you see, everyone's come out at the same time. Scott McFall seems to have got himself in this spot, but everyone else is packed together. But we are based on the east coast of Japan in the Miyagi prefecture, to be more precise, about 350 kilometres north of Tokyo, and we're going to be racing around this 2.3 mile track. 12 corners, 7 right, 5 left, and I'd say about 3 big stopping zones, mainly turn 1, turn 4 and turn 9. So we'll run you through a lap of the track shortly, but let's just run you through the drivers we have for tonight. So we've currently got NGR Lee, JPH 99, Ben Sully 2000, WRT Scott McFall, Beckinsale 1992, NGR Lagerfeni, Fun Zack Speed TV, One High Mofo, Whitford 0, NGR Scooby G, and the Les. So there's your grid for tonight, assuming that everyone manages to make it to the start of the race. But nonetheless, we've got a very strong field out tonight. And let's just have a look on the map, see who's about to start a lap and if we can get a lap on board. I think WRT Scott McFall's the furthest round, indeed he is. So last week's winner at Oulton Park International. This is Scott's first flying lap, so imagine he'll go for another one in a minute, and we'll go for a lap on board with him straight away. No pressure, Scott, I know you're listening. We're heading up to turn 1 now. 90 degree right, followed by another 90 degree right, basically 2 apexes into 1 corner really. Down to 3rd gear, and then a flat out left at turn 3. Heading into slightly uphill turn 4 hairpin, and then into the little chicane. Big curves there, use them to the full to gain as much time as possible, but if you do catch it a bit too much, we go on 2 wheels, easy to spin or lose a lot of momentum. Up to the top part of the track now, into Rainbow Corner. Scott deciding to stay in 3rd gear, and then flat out all the way down to a horseback corner, hairpin at the end of the back straight. This will probably be the main overtaking point on the track. And we've got 2 near enough flat out left-handers, I would have said. As you see, Scott takes the first one flat out, and maybe a little lift, yeah, a little lift, tiny bit of brake in the second part, and then this long right-hander for the final corner. And this is interesting, this corner. So people flip down to 3rd, and Scott has. And when do they do that? And then also, when do they flip back up to 4th? These cars haven't got much in terms of the way of oomph, and if you get the gear shift wrong, you're going to lose a lot of momentum and probably a lot of time. But Scott's come across the line, he's currently 1st already. Does he improve though? He does, to a 41.4. So last week's winner on top of the timesheets as we stand. Obviously we've still got just under 15 minutes to go, and we will run through the points as they stand after 6 races. So currently Fun Zaxby TV leads the way on 122 points. His worst race last week, finishing only 4th, his first race off of the podium this season. But he's got a pretty big margin of 38 points to NGR Lee, who's in second on 184. NGR Scooby G on 75. And then last week's winner, as I said, WRT Scott McFall on 73. One High Mofo had a good race last week, just a bit unfortunate. Finished down in 6th. He's 5th on 56 points, just ahead of JPH 99 on 54, who's also 1 point ahead of NGR Lagerfeni on 53. The Les is 8th on 41. Jamie F430 is 9th on 33. RDF1 Adam Morris, or currently now known as NGR Adam Morris, is 10th on 30. Them two both unable to attend tonight, as is the rest of the field really. From that point down we've got a few new guys which we'll run through them shortly, but points continued. 11th Slider Gas 28 on 28 points. Fungo Flat Out 15, NGR Fraser 13, NGR Martin 12, Robertson on 9 points, Shuck Shaft on 8 points. 2 newcomers last week, Dave Finn 79 on 7 points, and Mega Fantastic 199 on 5 points. And that rounds out the point scorers so far this season. But as I said, we do have some new drivers for this week. Whitford Zero making his first appearance tonight in the grey car, coming across the line, currently in 6th. Does he improve? No, not. In fact, he gets pushed down the place by Beckinsale 1992. Another new guy. So Beckinsale's up to 4th position so far, going well. He's 6/10 off of pole position. Having said that, WRT's got Falls half a second ahead of 2nd place. So a lot of positions to be had from 2nd downwards, just by a slight increase in time. And we also have Ben Sully 2000, who is currently off track, just been moved down to 11th on the timesheet. So NGR Lagerfani has just improved. One High Mofo currently 2nd on the grid. He's had a front row starter Bathurst, and he's had some good qualifying sessions as well this season. So he's definitely got a pace, won that pace, and in fact last race he showed he had very good race pace as well. Just a little bit unfortunate, got caught up in 1 or 2 incidents, but I believe he quite enjoyed himself, so that was just what you want. Don't worry if you're not too high up the field, but as long as you're enjoying it, that's all that matters. Currently in 2nd still, half a second off of Scott McFall. Does he improve as he comes up the hill? He's actually probably given Whitford and Beckinsale a little bit of a tow up the hill. But NGR Lee's just gone 2nd, and Whitford goes 2nd now, and Beckford goes into 3rd. There we go, the tow working there for them too. NGR Lee just ahead of them. That group goes, or did momentarily go up to 2nd, but since been moved down to 4th in a matter of seconds. Fun Zaxby TV down in 6th position at the moment, 8/10 off the pace. And in fact, I just noticed Whitford was only 0.014 slower than Scott McFall, as Beckinsale goes for a little slide and just about holds it together in the background in the green car. But Fun Zaxby TV has been in the wall. As you can see, he's no longer got the bonnet of his car, as One High Mofo in the background goes extremely wide. But we are just over halfway in our championship now. We are round 7 of 12. Nice slide from JKH now. So we've already had Watkins Glen Short, Laguna Seca, Bannock Bray, Willow Springs, Bathurst and last week at Oulton Park International. Obviously Sugo this week. Next week we've got Brands Hatch GP, followed by Oulton Park GP, Hockenheim National, Oulton Park National, and then the finale at Nürburgring combined. JPH currently coming around the final corner, sitting in 8th position so far, 1.5 seconds off the pace. No one for company to give a slipstream to or receive one from. And as you'd expect, Velez is just behind him in 9th. Having said that, he's 1.2 seconds slower than JPH. JPH comes across the line, does not improve his time. Ben Sully just coming across the line now. He does not improve his time either. And Jarl Lagerfeld just coming up the hill as well. So times are rattling in. We've got 8.5 minutes remaining, so still a fair bit of time to get used to it. Some of the guys saying that they've not had much time to practice, so it'd be interesting to see how they get on. Whitford sitting in the pits. Scott McFall about to come off across the line. Does he go any quicker? Yet to have a pole position this season. Having said that, most people are. We've only had 2 pole position drivers so far, and Fun Zaxby TV has had 5 of the 6 of them. The only other man to do it is the man just behind him on track, but in 4th place on the grid so far, NGR Lee getting one at Willow Springs before abruptly getting disqualified for a jump start and then speeding on his drive-through penalty. NGR Lee definitely going to get a tow up the hill from Fun Zaxby TV, and Scuba G is also sitting in behind them as well, so he'll probably pick up a tow there. NGR Lee doesn't improve, neither does Scooby G. Fun Zaxby TV struggling at the moment, still 6th and 8 tenths off the pole position time. Let's see, Ben Sully and Velez just coming up the hill again. Ben Sully improves to 10th, Velez improves time slightly but not in position. So Velez stays in 9th position. Imagine these guys are just going to circulate the track and just keep getting lap times in. Just get used to it a bit more. And Joe Lagerfeld doesn't improve either. Anyone else coming across the line shortly? Scott McFall. There we go. Doesn't improve either. As he flings it into the turn 1 and backs out of that that lap. So these cars are we're just running a standard setup, so the guys can choose between loose or stable. Predominantly I'd imagine they'd be choosing loose, but obviously it's completely up to them. They can decide what they wish. The no assist, realistic assists, and with these old cars you can imagine there not being any traction control or ABS or stability control, so that is the way it is for the moment. As NGR Scooby G puts himself up to 3rd position, NGR Lee does not improve, and Fun Zaxby TV now down in 7th position. This is going to be a big ask for our current championship leader. Obviously there's not too big a gap between everyone actually, so he might be able to work his way through the field, but it'll be a different task for him. He's not been off the front row all season, so despite the Willow Springs when he wasn't on pole, he was 2nd. So see how that progresses in the race, unless he improves in the next 5 minutes. JPH currently in 9th, 8th still. The Les improved another 3 tenths last time round, but still in 9th position. Getting slightly closer to his old pal JPH. Ben Sully just ahead of him on track. don't know too much about Ben Sully, to be honest with you. I've seen him in a couple of odd races around, but not anything consistent, so maybe he's just a race when he can kind of guy. Obviously we understand people have got jobs and children or wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, I don't know, other commitments, so people can't always make regular races, but it's nice to see the man on track when he can. Coming into the final sector now. Ben Sully lifting off through the left-hander there. Does he go up to fourth? He does. Let's see what he does with his shifts. Does he go? He's down to third. When does he go up to fourth? Doesn't want to do it too early. Okay. Up to fourth, about 85 miles an hour. Be interesting to see what other people do. But he comes across the line now. He does improve. He's gone ninth, so he's jumped the Les, who's just behind him on track. And the Les dropped back a fair bit that last lap, so I'm not surprised he didn't improve. Les down to 10th now. NGR Lagerfani in the pits. JPH still circulating. Still hasn't improved since early on. And one high mofo just behind. Only half a second behind pole position, but down in 6th. As it was, Whitford is in second, Scooby G in third, Beckinsale 1992 in fourth. And good showing so far from the man in green. And I literally know nothing about this guy, so I can't tell what he's going to be like, but the current pace he's got, or showing, is promising, so be hopeful that he can continue this into the race and provide some good racing for us. As he comes around the final corner, let's have a look at when he changes up to fourth gear, taking a bit of a wide line. He changes up at 86 miles an hour, so there's not really any difference. I think the limiter is 87 generally. Does he improve? Not that lap. Coming into turn 1 now. I think he compromised that turn on the exit of turn 2 there. See how he gets on. Will he be up on his sector time after sector 1? Across the chicane. I think the sector splits around about here somewhere. Oh no, it's out of the next corner, that's it. So quite a long first sector. Is he going to be up at all? Don't know, will we get that information? No, I don't think we're getting that information. Anyway, Beckinsale still out there circulating with just over a minute left to qualifying. WRT Scotland falls back out on track. Whitford had enough. And Just Skibby G's had enough as well. So not everyone's going to the end of the session. Beckinsale comes round the final corner. And he's going to come across the line any second. Does he improve? No, he doesn't. So currently Scott McFall's only got 20 seconds left, plus whatever else happens after that to hold on. Might not even need to improve his lap. But one high mofo is about to come across the line. Does he go any higher? No, he doesn't. I don't know if he got across the line either. Might have just missed it. Franz Axby TV is currently in the first sector, followed by JPH. The Les just finished his lap and speared into the wall. Back in WRT Scott McFall's the furthest round the track at the moment. Oh, Dave Finn's joined just in time. And he's also left. So it's unfortunate. One of our guys from last week had a good showing last week at the start of the race and then just dropped back a bit, but still managed to break into the top 10. Fortunately he's not going to be joining us tonight. Scott McFall's not going to improve by the looks of it. 4 attempts down on his previous best time. And everyone else has given up on their lap other than JPH. So JPH, the last man across the line, comes round the final corner now, flicking it down to third, maxing out on the limiter. He maybe flicked up to fourth too early, or just didn't flick down to third at all. Will he improve on eighth? I don't think so. No, he didn't. He didn't improve his time either. So there we go. It's WRT Scott McFall in first place. His first pole position of the season, just 100th of a second ahead of new guy Whitford. Scooby G up to third position. Beckinsale 1992 in fourth. Now we're going to have 2 minutes while the drivers prepare. NGR Lee in fifth. One High Mofo in sixth. Fun Zaxby TV down in seventh. Worst qualifying of the season for him. JPH in ninth. Ben Sully in 8th even. Ben Sully in 9th. The Les in 10th and NGR Lagerfeni in 11th. And everyone's readied up already by the looks of it. Yeah, we're going straight into it. That's annoying. I was about to go for away. But here we go for round 7 at Sugo. And we're away. Pretty even start by everyone it seems, although Ben Sully's dropped way back at the start. He's down to the back of the grid already. Anything going to happen in turn 1? It looks like everyone's getting through cleanly so far. Ben Sully's gone straight on and round. Lagerfeni challenging the Les, but at the front WRT's got McFall got away well. Whitford in second. NGR Scooby G in third. Fun Zaxby TV has made up a place on One High Mofo. Now sitting in behind NGR Lee, who's lost the place to Beckinsale. He's looking to challenge NGR Scooby G. And Ben Sully has retired already. That's a shame. After one corner, we've lost a driver. And it'd be lovely if the camera could keep up with all this action. And there we go, NGR Lee has gone off. Thank you camera for not keeping up with that. Will he drop to the back? He's got NGR Lagerfeni just next to him, but Lagerfeni runs out wide. So swarm round the final corner for the first time. And up the hill. We complete lap 1. I feel like we've lost someone else. I can't remember. Did we have 12? Anyway, Fun Zaxby TV up to 5th. Gained 2 positions on the opening lap. But Whitford's applying the pressure on to WRT Scott McFall from the off. Whitford a regular front runner on Monday nights in the Group A Tourers and the modern touring cars. But giving these Escorts a try. Hopefully you'll enjoy them. JPH just holding on to the back of this group. Les just running a little bit wide. He's going round, and he is round into the wall. That gives NGR Lee the position, and Les is going to drop to the back of the field now as NGR Lagerfeni goes through as well. It's a shame that Les had a great run this week, or last 7 days. challenged him right to the end for the win in the Ginetta GT5s. Unfortunately spun on the last lap, but did get a win on Tuesday in the V8 Supercars. So he had a very good last 7 days. Unfortunately, it's gone wrong for him at the start here. But nothing's changed too much at the front of the field. They're actually very evenly spaced out. But qualifying would suggest that it would be hard to break away. And just SCBG having a flash of the lights, just trying to maybe put off the 2 men ahead of him. SCBG not been on the podium since race 1, and in fact that is his only podium this season. He was 5th last week at Oulton Park, and a pretty good showing from him actually, considering the last races he's had in these cars. But currently running in podium position, still 20 laps to go, so a long time and a lot can happen. As we see every week in these cars, something generally happens on the last lap. And JPH has picked up the first penalty of the race. 3 seconds worth. That will be for track limits. As NGRSCG's got a bit out of shapes, and JPH has gone round just to catch that in the background. Beckinsale is also challenging NGRSCG. He's obviously got a tardy exit from turn 8. But can't quite get alongside enough into the hairpin. In fact, SCGG went very deep into that corner and actually got away with it. NGR Logfanny's moved up to 8th now, NGR Lee up to 7th. But it's status quo at the front. Funds XB TV's having a look at Beckinsale now. Contrasting lines through the final corner by the 3 drivers on the screen now. One-Home Mofo just falling off the back, but we'll hope that it'll catch up when these 3 eventually do engage in battle, which is now, as Beckinsale's got the inside line, and he should make it through. Zaxby TV's going to have a look as well, getting through, but will he try both of them? No, he doesn't, although he's made Beckinsale run a little bit wide just by showing his nose, so did actually put alongside, and it's allowing SCGG to come back at them. SCGG back down to 5th, and Zaxby TV up to 4th. But here comes One High Mofo having a look, wanting a piece of the action. Not quite close enough this time, but Beckinsale up to 3rd now. JPH, I forgot that he spent then. There you are at the front. Whitford still tucked nicely under the back of Scott McFall. If we head down the back straight, the group behind seemed to get a decent run through there. NGR Lee slowly catching up. Actually, no, he's not. He's dropping back. He's 8 tenths slower than this group. One High Mofo's gone round. That was quite unfortunate. Just noticed Scuba G got a bit out of shapes, and so I think Funzax Big TV did as well. So it was a bit of a concertina effect, everyone reacting to each other, and unfortunately for One High Mofo, he was at the back of the queue and just tiniest of touches on the back of Scuba G, but when you're sideways and on the edge of adhesion, it's easy to go around. But now he's got NGR Lee right behind him, and Beckinsale's actually picked up a penalty, so that must have been for track limits as well. I've got to admit, if you get that second left-hander wrong at turn 11 and you have to back off, it's going to screw up your whole final corner. You want to be on the gas all the way up the hill. So maybe that's what some of the drivers are doing. They're just staying on the gas, get the penalty, rather than lose a lot more time up the hill. Let's see what penalty he got. He's only got a 1 second penalty. So maybe he did lift off a little bit more than JPH, but not enough according to the game. So he's got that 1 second time penalty, which will obviously come into effect at the end of the race. Oh, I've just noticed Whitford has got ahead of WRT Scott McFall, so we missed that, and Funzaxby TV is up to 3rd, and not quite, too far behind these two. We'll go back to the battle of One High Mofo and NGR Lee, as Lee's having a look at getting past. He's alongside already. But One High Mofo's going to try and keep it around the outside. It's a corner, you can do it. Lee will give him a bit of space. But is One High Mofo still there? No, he's not. Lee gets the position. One High Mofo settles into 6th position now. And that is the end of that for the moment. Larg Fanny's got JPH for company meanwhile for the battle over 8th place. And also at the front, we'll just go back to this as they go into turn 1. Scott McFall is very close to the back of Whitford, who runs a little bit wide and gets a bit out of shape. Scott McFall's got the inside line now. He's going to have to hang it round the outside of turn 3. Whitford gives him space, although he was on the inside. Actually, it went onto the grass a bit, and Scott McFall retakes the lead that he lost last lap. And JPH has got the position from NGR Largfanny, who has dropped back a fair bit, unfortunately. So maybe he just got a bit out of shape round that final corner, ran a bit wide onto the grass maybe. But One High Mofo still in close quarters with NGR Lee, just trying to get back on terms. Come down to turn 9, the horseback hairpin for a 6th time of 23. Scott McFall in the races he's finished this season, he has not been offered a podium. Obviously first win last time, but 3 podiums out of 3 in his first races. And had a DNF at Bathurst as well. But charging up the table. Currently sitting in 4th place, only 2 points behind NGR Scooby G, who is down in 5th place at the moment. Beckinsale now a little bit of a lonely 4th place, but NGR Lee has caught up to the back of Scooby G slowly. He's just under a second behind now, and he's just under a second ahead of One High Mofo, so them two them 3 pretty evenly spaced out. JPH got a lonely 8th position ahead of NGR Largafani, and the Les has obviously had another mistake or off somewhere, as he's a fair ways behind NGR Largafani now, but still circulating as he runs wide, and he's going to go round again. Oh, slams into the wall, and there's a spin. There's Whitford has now picked up a penalty. I feel like Les has given up on this. Slams into the wall again, and Whitford has dropped back almost 2 seconds now. But just as well damage is only on visual for Les, as he's pretty much written off his car in that one corner. Back at the front now, yep, as I said, Whitford has dropped back a bit, and he's also picked up a penalty of 2 seconds. Scooby G, Lee and One High Mofo pretty close together now, and actually catching Beckinsale, 1992. Beckinsale taking a lot wider line than the 2 behind him. Oh, Ben, nice you were watching the stream. What happened? I just saw you go straight on at turn 1. And Jolie literally tucked under the rear bumper of Scooby G now in the orange machine, and Beckinsale is dropping back, but Scooby G's run a little bit wide, just about gathers it together, and thankfully it's not really a place that Lee could have done much about the mistake, but he's taken a bit more care, trying to get a better run through the chicane. Not able to do it, as Beckinsale now runs a little bit onto the grass, and so does Lee, and runs wide. There's Les just letting everyone through. One High Mofo I also noticed had a little bit of oversteer moment as we come through turn 8 at Rainbow Corner. Now Scooby G defending hard from NGR. Hello NGR, roll over for following. Thank you very much. Beckinsale's run off just a bit out, caught the grass on the exit turn 11 and smashed into the wall, and he's dropped down to 7th position now. One High Mofo has come through as well. If these two guys can work together, they can catch the two just ahead, NGR Scooby G and NGR Lee, as they're fighting hard over 4th position now. NGR Lee's going for the outside, NGR Scooby G defending the inside. But he's going to have to go round the outside. Can he do it? Yes he can. But will he stick it? He has, and One High Mofo is going to try and get through as well. And here we go, on board with Beckinsale right at the back of this group. Was leading half a lap ago, this group. Now 4-way battle for 4th place. Currently led by Lee. He made a little bit of a mistake actually. This isn't the best view. But Scooby G looking to capitalise. Again, not the greatest place to do it. One High Mofo just catches the grass on the brakes or turning, so gets the back end out but holds it well and is still there. Scott McFall now puts the gap up to 2 seconds over Whitford, and Funzac Speed TV is just under a second behind in 3rd place. NGR Lee 2 second places in a row the last 2 races. We'd like to improve preferably and pick up his 2nd win of the season, but currently down in 4th place and 9 seconds off the front. So not looking likely at the moment. Still plenty of time to go, not even halfway through the race yet. And he's looking for his 4th podium. One High Mofo now. Looking to pull past Scooby G, and he's done it, so he's got a lot better run out of the final corner than Scooby G does. Scooby G's dropped again, this time to 6th place, and Beckinsale will be looking to get back through. So he was clear of this group before, so we feel like he can and maybe should get through, and ahead again. Currently just sitting in behind, picking up the slipstream. Not the greatest of tracks for slipstream, and I have to admit they're quite a tight and twisty circuit. We're at the highest point of the track now, otherwise known as High Point Corner. Ironically, and this is Rainbow Corner now. And it's onto the back straight. Beckinsale just dropping away a little bit from this group, but still will be picking up the tow. Funzac Speed TV 8 tenths behind Whitford now, and slowly reeling them in as One High Mofo run a little bit wide in the hairpin. He couldn't quite capitalise with Scooby G, not quite close enough. JPH still in a lonely 8th position, shown some good glimpses of speed this season, had some good battles. Meanwhile, behind, NGR Lagerfani and Lolez are having a little battle. Lolez is a lap down, but just be looking to have a bit of fun with Lagerfani as they are 9th and 10th respectively. But JPH picked up a podium and the fastest lap at Willow Springs, so we know got some pace. Lagerfani behind the Les now. We'll keep an eye on that, at least it'll be an on-track battle if not a lap down. Whitford's really being closed in now. Lost another 2 tenths that time round to Funzac Speed TV. And in the background, NGR Lee. No, it's about equal still, I'd say. Still heading in the group of 4 drivers in the battle over 4th position. Lee defends early on, moving to the right hand side of the track. Scott McFall's made a slight mistake, I think, because he's lost 4 tenths. Maybe 6 tenths he must have had at the start of that. So, still 2 second gap though it is for Scott McFall at the front. If you're looking to get involved, guys, please do. And Ben Sully, I'm an idiot, is what happened. Just before the race I thought I'd switch to an OEM setup, not knowing it would be road tyres on and make the car undrivable. Yeah, that does sound pretty stupid, but you tried it, so why not? Get back on next week and see what you can do. You qualified alright. It would have been nice to see what you could have been doing with these guys tonight. But yeah, get back on next week, same time. Where are we next week? Brands Hatch GP, I think. Yeah, Brands Hatch GP. Get on that and see what you can do. And Frank Zaxby TV's dropped off the back of Whitford a little bit, so he must have made a slight mistake. But as I was saying, if you are looking to get into this racing, head down to NXTGEN Racing Facebook page and drop us a comment, get involved. As you can see, we've got 10 on the grid, had 11 at the start. So there's still spaces, got up to 16 drivers we can have on the grid. So if you fancy it, head down and drop us a message. Project Cars 2, PlayStation 4, as are all the leagues are on PlayStation 4 at NXTGEN Racing, as the Les has gone round. I think maybe he's just sitting there for the rest of the race now, I don't know. He seems pretty... Oh no, there we go, he's off. But Project Cars 2, NXTGEN League has racing every single night of the week. A lot of these guys do race in a few of them. Monday nights we've got the Tourers, 3 different cars, 3 different tracks maybe. I think they race at different tracks each week compared to each car. But they've got Group A Tourers, modern touring cars, and then Clios. They recently hit their 100th race last week. So that was an incredible achievement. They've been going since season 3 in 2015. And we're in season 13 now, so 10 seasons worth of tours. Shows what a good league that is. Tuesday night we've got the V8 Supercars. League that I race in, and Scoob G is actually leading that championship. Well, that definitely does need some new drivers. We're currently falling out of numbers. Still about 10 drivers a week, but obviously we would like a full grid of 16. The Scoob G's starting to have a little look at one high mofo. Can't get through as of yet. Wednesdays we've got GT League. Obviously Thursdays you've got the Escorts. Fridays you've got Ginettas, GT5s followed by GT4s. Saturday you've got Clio Cup. Max Coates Clio Cup sponsored. Ginettas are sponsored by Emily Linscott as well. And Sunday's a Ferrari 488 Challenge. Also we've got GT Sports every night apart from Saturday. We've got Minis, Mini Clio, Mini Coopers, there we go. I can't remember who that's sponsored by. I got another sponsor. Focus Cup on a Tuesday, GR3 League on a Wednesday, Porsches on a Thursday and a Friday, and GT4 GR4 Series on the Sunday. Assetto Corsa, we've got Classic DTM run on a Wednesday by this man, NGR Live Funny. So Just give him a shout if you fancy that. Dirt Rally, we've got stages going as well. That's run by this man, JPH99, a resident commentator. But drop him a message if you want to get involved with that. And we also have an F1 2018 me on a Thursday as well. So if any of those, take your pick, head down. We've also got a race room. I don't know what night that is. I think it might be a Monday. I'm not sure though. But if you fancy any sort of racing, just head down to the NXTGEN Racing Facebook page and drop us a comment. It's nice to see you. We'll be back next week, Ben. Oh yeah, you only had 10 minutes, so yeah, that's understandable. But currently we're on board with WRT. Scott McFalls. He crosses the line for the 14th time. Gap just over 2 seconds now to Whitford in second place. Has he picked up any more penalties? It's a 2-second penalty. JPH is up to 5 seconds and Beckinsale is at a 1. Fun Zaxby TV just dropped to just over a second behind Whitford now. And Jarlee's actually pulled away from One High Mofo, and Beckinsale has fallen back from NGR Scooby G, who is challenging, or looking to challenge, One High Mofo for 5th position. And the Les, is he still circulating? What is this camera doing? No, he's not. Like funny, 9th JPH in 8th. Actually, that gap has closed up a lot, so JPH has maybe gone round. It's 157 last time round. What has he done this time? 148. Okay, so he's still not back on the pace, but a lot more than the pace than he was. But Scooby G's under attack, and he has got past One High Mofo, and they've actually closed down NGR Lee quite quickly as well. So maybe Lee had a bit of a mistake. And we're back to a three-way battle. Scooby G back up to 5th position. One High Mofo back down to 6th. Them two coming together at Oulton Park slightly. Whilst battling for 2nd, I think it was, or 3rd. I think it might have been 3rd. Yeah, it was definitely 3rd, yeah. But going well so far, nice and clean for the both of them. There's One High Mofo is having a look again to try and get back past, being forced round the outside of turn 1, and will just slide back into position rather than force the issue. This track traditionally races Super GTs, Super Formulas, Japanese F4 and Superbikes. So predominantly Asian racing series, or even maybe just Chinese, yeah, the Asian racing series. So nothing like these old school cars. You've got full slicks and wings and aerodynamics for the cars that normally race around here. You can tell why they don't, because they can barely get up that hill at the back straight, as Lee's gone a little bit deep and Scooby G's followed in there, and there's outside on the end of that corner. So at least he's staying out of the way. So they're theoretically down to 9. Going on board with Scooby G now as they head up the hill. And Lee pulling away a little bit, so maybe change gears at a different time. And Lee maybe just losing a bit up the hill compared to Scooby G losing a bit up the hill compared to Lee. So no, you can see One High Mofo in the mirrors there, just on the far right, near right screen. So Scooby G's in the awkward position of attacking and defending, although there's a reasonable gap between them, not to worry too much at the moment. Fun Zaxby TV is still trying to reel in Whitford. said regular front runner in the tours. So knows his way around the track. Although having said that, I noticed that no other series is racing Sugo this season, so had no references of who goes round, who goes well around here. But at the front, well clear now. Almost 3 seconds is Scott McFall, just keeping his head down. And last lap around, Whitford did identical time to Scott McFall, 42.160. Contact speed TV just a tenth slower than that. But here is the group of 3 drivers behind. NGR Lee, NGR Scuba G and one high mofo. Still nowhere near close enough to have a proper go, unless you want to go for a mad lunge. But potentially spinning yourself and the other driver around and ruining both your races. Beckinsale's dropped off the back of this group. And he's lapping a little bit slower as well. NGR Lugfunny has got past JPH 99, so JPH struggling, as you can tell from the look of his car. Les has moved up to the top of the hill now. And there we go, he's slowly moving around. Just keeping himself entertained, maybe, I don't know. But Beckinsale 11 seconds off the lead, so still pretty close. Right, one spin for Scott McFall could see him drop back to 7th place if he really screwed it up. But even still, the battle for 4th has closed a couple of seconds to the leader in the last couple of laps. They're running in sort of a high 41s, front 2 running in the mid 42s that lap round. Great shot that, right on the curb. Not terribly fast cars these, but they do look it when they go past that shot. And the gap for 2nd place, Whitford and Funtax Speed TV, has closed down to 6 tenths now. So that one's gradually getting closer as well. These guys just sort of cancelling each other out. They're lapping within a tenth of each other. And that lap around within 500ths of each other. So this group is really not changing, but Scuba G got a better run than Lee through the first 2 corners there, and he might have a go into the hairpin left at turn 4, but still not quite close enough. Lee loves to get that back end out, and that might invite Scuba G just to have a little look. But Whitford's made a mistake ahead, and he's now under pressure and dropped behind Funtax Speed TV. That's not really what Scott McFall wanted. He wanted Saxby TV to be a bit further back, so he could make a few more gains in the points. And NGR Lee's got a little bit of a tardy exit out of Rainbow Corner, and Scuba G's now got to run. And he's going to have the inside one high mofo, also going to look to take advantage of it. And he's going to have a go, he's going to get it as well, so Lee, oh no he's not. Scuba G also just getting a bit sideways through the hairpin. But suddenly everything happening at once. Whitford still right up behind Funtax Speed TV and going to be looking to get back ahead. They're lapping pretty equally, them 2 drivers. So maybe they'll work on the slipstream and Whitford might try and do it into turn 1 maybe. But NGR Lee's lost the position and down to 5th place now. Scuba G back up to 4th. Let's run on board with Whitford for a little bit as we're tucked in behind Funtax Speed TV. There's Les on the left into turn 1 now. They're 90 right, followed by another 90 right immediately after, basically 1 corner, and 3 laps to go. And Scott McFall has a 4.2 second lead to Funtax Speed TV. Whitfield can't do anything at the moment. You can see just on the mirror, right hand mirror, you can just about see the group behind in Whitford's mirror. So at least we've got a visual reference on them as well, without having to change camera. There we go, they all look pretty close, and I don't think anything's going to change this time round, as in fact it looks more like Whitford's dropping back slightly. Beckinsale still trying to close the gap, but unfortunately not being able to. And Jalagfani's fallen back into the clutches of JPH 99. 3 laps to go. Anything can happen with this group, with these two, as we've seen JPH make a couple of mistakes. JPH the faster driver by 2.4 seconds that time round, so a lot quicker is our resident commentator. But will he be able to get past? And I reckon he'll try it down into turn number 9 at the hairpin at the end of the back straight. And I'm just going to go back to this battle at the front for second place. Whitford has closed right in on the Zaxby TV, but not quite able to do it into turn 1. He's going to have a look into turn 4, is he? No, he doesn't. But here we go with JPH 99 into turn 9 at the hairpin, and Jalagfani gives him room, and JPH should take the position, but I think Jalagfani is still there. Yes, he is. He's still got the inside, so Jalagfani backed it out of that a bit more. I would have kept my foot in and maybe ran JPH a little bit wider, but JPH retakes 8th position. At least he's got someone to race this time, this part of the race now. Oh, quite a lonely start. Oh no, who was that? Beckinsale. There we go, got it right eventually. Just going round on the exit of Rainbow Corner, and that's his chances of catching up to this group disappeared. And we've now got a battle, a 5-car battle for second place. 6 seconds back from the WRT Scott McFall. And Fun Zaxby TV, I don't know if they've made a mistake or it's tactical from Zach, if he's just wanted to back him in. And now this is going to get interesting as we head on to the penultimate lap. 5 cars all fighting for second place. So maybe it will be a second place in a row for NJR Lee as he's having a look. Or we're going to go 3 cars wide into turn 1, and Scuba G's going to have a look as well. I think there's only one man we can go on board with here, and it is this man. One high mofo at the back of this pack, going to the best position. Let's go on the roof, get the highest vantage point on board. As Whitford's got past Fun Zaxby TV, but Zach trying to get back because he's got immense pressure from NGR Lee and NGR Scuba G. One high mofo just waiting patiently, and he's probably rubbing his hands together, probably, well, not expecting, but definitely hoping that it goes wrong for these boys and he could pick up his first podium of the season. Current best is still 6th place, although no, it's not, it's 5th place. So he'll be looking to improve on that, and he can see it in his sights. He's had it in his sights before, but not been able to make the most of it. But there we go, at the front of this battle, Fun Zaxby TV is going to have to go the long way round at the hairpin. Whitford's got the inside line in. No, Fun Zaxby TV still there. He's going to have the inside for turn 10. No, he's not. He's just backed out. Trying not to lose too much momentum and offering the final spot on the podium to NJR Lee. That's WRT Scott McFall is going on to his final lap. Check out his Facebook page, WRT Scott McFall Sim Racing. No, just Scott McFall Sim Racing, sorry. So check that out, he'd be grateful for the support. But here we go, One High Mofo's got an almighty run out of that final corner. He's pulling alongside Scuba G, but Scuba G's held the inside, but really got to get it round the outside. NJR Lee also going alongside Fun Zaxby TV. This is going to be a great finale. Lee trying to get a cutback, wasn't quite able to do it, and One High Mofo also not able to go around the outside of Scuba G. So status quo as we were. Whitford, remember, has a penalty, So he's got 2 seconds, which will drop him to the back of this group. 2 seconds penalty is going to drop him from 2nd to 6th. So that is how competitive this racing is. These boys are the best of the best in NXTGEN, and to be 5 seconds down on Scott WRT Scott McFall is actually not a bad gap. And a lot of people would be a lot further back, and they are. Beckford definitely dropped back a fair bit. JPH99 now a fairly lonely 8th, Lagerfani a lonely 9th. But let's go back on board at the battle for 2nd. 5 cars are coming into the final sector now. Through the double left. Scott McFall's entering the final corner. We'll definitely go to him as he crosses the line, unless he screws it up royally on this final corner, but I don't think he will. If anything, NGR Lee's going to get that final spot on the podium. But here we go, Scott McFall up to the finishing line now to take his 2nd victory in a row. 2nd of the season. He flashes his lights and takes the win. Whitford will come across the line to take 2nd. Will Lee get 3rd? No, I don't think he's going to quite do it. That's so close. WRT Funds XBTV just about holds on for the final step in the podium ahead of NGR Lee, NGR Scoop G and One High Mofo. But with Whitford's penalty, that dropped him from 2nd to 6th, as we said. So very disappointing for him. Beckinsale 1992 will come across the line in 7th. Showed some good pace and had a good battle at the start of the race, so hopefully with any luck he'll be back next week, as will Whitford. JPH99 had an eventful race, but will pick up 8th position. Although he's got a 5-second penalty, he might not be ahead enough of... Oh, that's close. That's very close. JPH is going to have to pull maybe half a second in this final corner from NGR Lagerfani if he wants to hold on to this position. I think he might have done it actually. I think he might be safe. Just about. But we'll see. He's come across the line. He's got 5 seconds worth of penalties. Will he pick up 8th place? There he goes across the line now. Does he roll it? Does he roll it? No, he screwed it. And Lagerfani can come across the line. Does he? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Did he get the position? No, he didn't. He missed out. He missed out by 1.3 seconds in the end, so it wasn't too close. But there we go. WRT Scott McFall taking 2nd win in a row, 2nd win of the season, and closing the gap slightly on Funds XBTV, who picks up 2nd. NGR Lee with the 3rd podium in a row, but 3rd position this time round. Scooby G in 4th. One High Mofo in 5th. Whitford in 6th. Beckinsale in 7th. JPH99 in 8th. One High NGR Lagerfani in 9th, and the Les basically DNF'd in 10th. Unfortunately, we lost Ben Sully at the start. And yeah, I can imagine, Scott, you are very happy. Great drive. Well done. So, as we said, next week we are at Brands Hatch GP. Should be a very good close race, I'd imagine. A lot of slipstreaming going on there. Classic track, classic cars. And just watching that battle for 2nd shows you how competitive this league is. So get yourself down next week onto the grid at NXTGEN Racing. And hopefully we'll see you next week. But you'll definitely see us next week for another round 8 of the Escort RS 1600 League. Good night.